How's everyone doing today? It's Ferdinand the Bull. Ripple launches its XRP-based payment solutions on a global platform with over 500,000 users named Golands. As they tweeted, Ripple does all the hard work for opening up challenging corridors so we can provide cheaper, faster payment solutions that help freelancers provide for their families. The CEO of Golands goes as far as mentioning that XRP offers advantages that Bitcoin does not. Keep in mind that this is essentially 500,000 guaranteed users on top of the already existing corridors. And let's take a quick look right here. The corridors are definitely growing, and as we can see here, the XRP Mexican corridor prepares itself to surpass its all-time high. And looking at the chart, you can see the tremendous increase in transactions since it actually begun. Although, with along with new highs to the fairly newer XRP to the Philippine corridors, which we have it right here. And I mean, we can strongly speculate based on how this is performing. We can speculate that it's just going to continue going up, and we can also, based on the performance of this quarter, we can strongly speculate, and almost be certain, but not quite, that this will eventually look just like this, along with more corridors beginning to open. Now, with all of that being said, though, Ripple and XRP has also been mentioned in Congress, and let me actually go ahead and pull that clip up. Um, Let me skip back. It's around 47:50 where it actually starts. So let's go ahead and take
that entrepreneurial spirit and that advancement. Obviously, you and I, we've heard of Bitcoin, we've heard of Ethereum. You familiar with XRP and the efforts of Ripple?
With the distributed ledger technology for their payments?
Yep.
Yes.
And you're familiar with EOS?
No.
What about privacy coins like Monero or Zcash?
So I had a footnote that if I understood the aim of this hearing, that it was that I was not going to approach the privacy concerns. There are any number of different privacy technologies around cryptocurrencies. Some are concerning, some are very promising.
And I just let it go a little bit longer so you can hear her saying some are concerning and some are a little bit promising. Now, realistically, others are essentially mentioned, but keep in mind that XRP is mentioned as a second entity away from Ripple, thus essentially confirms that XRP is not a security. On top of that, one of the main reasons why I also wanted to show you guys this is not just because how important it actually is and can be potentially in the near future, is because as we can see, we came from days where people were like, XRP is never going to be used, all these uh, negative comments towards XRP, but now we see that XRP is even beginning to be mentioned in our government. And again, it's already live with the XRP Mexican, it's already live with the XRP Philippines. So we can strongly speculate that that's only going to continue to grow unless something goes completely wrong or something else comes along. But again, it's definitely good news. And I mean, this is one of those things that despite the current price action today, the good news are still coming in, and I think that's something that we have to keep our minds on, and something that we have to keep a lookout for. But moving along, XRP has so far been able to maintain above a value of 23 cents, which is an indication of potentially hitting a value of 30 cents or more in the near future. Although, let me go ahead and pull the chart. Although we are still in dangerous grounds because failure to maintain above a 23-cent mark could indicate potential lows of 21 cents or even lower. But I will say it again, the news that are coming out are positive ones. So for the time being, price should not essentially matter too much. I believe Ripple and XRP are doing well for how things are turning out. I believe today's price is up to par with the timeline and achievements this far. Essentially, what I'm saying is that we are still at the very early stages. Remember, some of the biggest companies today once had low value compared to the good news that were coming out. And I think this is something that we can see 2005, 2007 and all that, where a lot of these values were extremely low, but the good news just keep pouring in. And I think that's something that I personally like to look at as opposed to just the price action. Because trust me, if I just look at the price action, I would probably have no XRP today if I just focus on the price action. And that's just me being realistic. That's why I like to keep up with the news, and I like to kind of decipher them and kind of like see what what people are actually saying. And I mean, again, we have the Congress, we have our government getting involved now, mentioning Ripple and XRP. So that's definitely a very positive thing. Now, but that pretty much does it for today. I actually planned this to be shorter than it was, but I hope you all have a great day. Stay tuned and see you all in the next one.